Wednesday evening, friends and neighbors, to Sweetie at the desk with the flying purple baseball beaters. We are in the wild card hunt in 2021. We're behind the Giants, no surprise there. They are kind of very, very good this season, at least on offense. Rolling Bryce Harper, Jose Altuve, Chris Bryant, Ian Happ. Yeah, that's a league best offense right there. Thankfully, their pitching is kind of terrible. Compared to us, our pitching is outstanding. First in the league in starters and bullpen ERA and FIP and defensive efficiency. Thank you, Albert Almora Jr. I just wish you weren't injured until the postseason. But we got guys like Evan Phillips slamming the door in the final innings. A rotation all under 3.3 ERA. Gadzooks. Heck, we even got Gosuke Kato coming out of nowhere to deliver value. What we don't have is a first baseman, so that's going to be like first order of business when we get into the trade deadline area, depending on how things go. But first things first, the draft day. We're drafting 27th. Mock draft has us picking up Colton Cowser. I wouldn't say no. The Void case kind of worries me, but maybe there's some other options out there. Top prospect in all of baseball is Gavin Williams. College pitcher. Brian Wu sits second. Oh, the PBAPIP suppression would be hilarious. I don't know if he's going to be able to fall to us. I also see Zach Geloff. Okay, that's a first baseman. I can work with that, or maybe a couple of good dev labs, and then he'll be a second baseman. We don't have a third round selection because we signed Brandon Nimmo. See there some of the other names that have changed hands over the last little bit. Well, let's not waste any time. Let's get underway. The Arizona Diamondbacks with the first overall selection, and I'm going to turn the music down just a little. That may have been too much. There we go. First overall selection will take Brian Wu. Boston Red Sox will be selecting Tanner Bibby, so pitcher out the chute. The Angels will add Gavin Williams. The Dodgers will take Bryce Miller. Yeah, Dodgers are bad right now. Picking up a guy like Bryce Miller, they may stay that way. Cubbies adding Arrighetti, so 5 straight pitchers to lead off the draft. Make that 6 with Andrew Abbott headed to Cleveland. Marlins taking the first position player. It's Zach Geloff. Let's skip ahead to our selection. In 27th. So the mock draft options look pretty rough too. Nick Gonzalez as a second baseman though. Let's fix that. Okay, that's something. Getting another catcher in Henry Davis might not be a bad idea, especially if he develops. Caleb Durbin as the next defensive infielder for when Gio Meyer leaves. Actually, I think that's our pick. Caleb Durbin it is. So who is Aliko Williams supposed to be? He's supposed to be a shortstop, I think. I just like that they show up as DHs. Alright, I still think we're going to go with Henry Davis here. I feel like he's a solid option, can take over for Yermin Mercedes. Or is it going to be Edgar Cuero? Let's take a look. Pretty balanced bat-wise. Alright, Davis is the better framer. So we're going to take Henry Davis. Save some scratch by cheaping out a little bit. We zoom ahead to the 4th round. I could get behind a Tim Tawa pick. More so than some of the other options out there. There we go. To the 5th round we go. Brett Harris still on the board. As is Will Wagner. Scott thinks we should take Carlos Colmenares. Ooh. Okay. Another defensive-minded infielder. Done. We've been able to save quite a bit of money. Okay, we gotta take Junior Caminero. If he develops, that may be a steal of the draft. Some of these pitchers are just, do not like. Oh, Cuero's still out there? Alright, let's auto-complete the draft. Make sure that we don't lose anyone in the minor league system. Still got Bryson Stott, who we're going to try and keep. Tsutsugo, Taylor Walls is knocking on the door. Oh, he's got to come up soon. And we got Isan Diaz as well. One of those guys may end up replacing Shane Opitz if he continues to stink up the joint. We got to figure out what to do with Walls. Because we got Gosuke, and Gosuke's been raking. But Walls has the higher ceiling bat-wise. I don't know. We got to think about that. For now, let's get into our first game of the stream session. Trevor Bauer and the Oakland Athletics visiting Colorado. Coors Field, packed to the gills. Please enjoy the lineup intro. And now the starting lineup for your Colorado Rockies. Batting first, the third baseman, number 13, DJ Bichette. Batting second, the first baseman, number 28, Jake Bauers. Batting third, the left fielder, number 19, Brandon Nimmo. Batting fourth, the right fielder, number 24, Domingo Santana. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 12, Sean Murphy. Batting sixth, the second baseman, number 6, Gosuke Kato. Batting seventh, the shortstop, number 1, Giovanni Meyer. Batting eighth, the center fielder, number 89, Herlis Rodriguez. Batting ninth, the starting pitcher, number 17, Cutter Crawford. As the saying goes, Denver till I die, Rockies till I rot. Welcome to Coors Field. Lewis Brinson about to get things started here. Crawford, riding a bit of a schneid lately. ERA still hovering around 3. Wind blowing in, so it'll be up to the pitchers to suppress the bases on balls in play. 4 straight balls for Brinson, and that'll bring up Willie Calhoun, the second baseman. Grounded to the left side. Meyer can't get to it. First and third, because the throw is wild from Nimmo. Runners at the corners, nobody out. That'll bring up Yoan Moncada. 2-0 on the way from Cutter Crawford. Popped up on the infield. DJ says he's got it. Bichette brings it in for the first out. Nolan Arenado. Gee, you think he'd be a good Colorado Rocky. Full count on the way from Crawford. Called strike 3. Sneaks one away there. Here's Josh Bell, the number 5 batter. 14 home runs on the season. 2-2. Called strike 3. Cutter with a cutter. Athletics get runners at the corners. Nobody out. Fail to cash in anyone. Trevor Bauer. No quality starts yet, and he's on a 5-game losing streak. Bowers, his job threatened. Shoots this one up the middle, outside of the reach of Calhoun, and he's aboard. Brandon Nimmo, home run leader with 7. Far cry from Claudio Arias, I assure you. 2 down, runner at first for Domingo Santana. Shallow fly ball to left, both teams with a hit. But that's about it. Ji-Man Choi, the catcher for the A's. Rolled into the deep shift. Easy play there for Kato. That'll bring up Desmond Jennings, the center fielder. Another called strike. And here's a old friend alert, Josh Morgan. Former member of these Rockies. Got non-tendered, and here he pops up to center field. Herlis ends the top of the second. So Nimmo's 65-65-50. Herlis is 65-60-60. Maybe we go with Sizemore in the outfield if Herlis can't figure it out. I don't know. Murphy with another shot up the middle. Calhoun beaten again. This one's a leadoff single for Sean Murph. Here's Kato. Gosuke shoots this to left center field. Long run. Bounces. Close play. Jennings can't get to it. Second and third. Nobody out for the Rockies as Kato with a double. Here's Gio. Line drive to left. It should be deep enough. Murphy will tag. Here's the throw from the left fielder, Brinson. It is late. Murphy scores standing. Rockies lead 1-0. Rodriguez watches a curveball sail past for strike 3. Crawford batting .235 on the season. This is bashed in the dirt to first. Moncada makes it look easy. Bauer watches strike 3 sail past him. Crawford with back-to-back Ks. I think that's actually 3 in a row. Big comeback effort from his first inning struggles. Calhoun sends this to center field. Over the head of Herlis. He must have lost it in the lights. How do you miss that? Did the wind blow it or something? Let's take a look at this. 111 miles per hour off the bat. And yeah, he just missed it. Full count on the way to Moncada. Called strike 3. Heck of an inning there by Cutter Crawford. Dante Jr. high and deep to right center field. Home run! The horn of Erebor sounds for the king of the mountain. DJ Bichette makes it 2-0. Nimmo hit hard on the ground to first. Moncada flips it to Bauer, who covers. Here's Santana. Line drive to left. Carrying on the track. It's brought in by Brinson. Arenado pops this one up on the infield. Gio makes the grab, one away. Here's Josh Bell. 1-2 on the way from Cutter Crawford. Line drive the other way. Nimmo tracks it down. 2 down. Choi Ji-man as rain begins to fall here in Denver. Strikeout victim. Heck of an appearance here by Cutter Crawford. 1-2-3 go the Athletics. Murphy lines it right to Morgan. Kato, 1 for 1. This will be popped up to left. Brinson charging in. 2 away. Meyer, first pitch swinging. Puts a charge into this one, but Jennings will track it down. Through 4, Colorado leads Oakland 2-0. Crawford leads off with a 4-pitch walk. Strikes out Josh Morgan. Corners are in to guard the bunt against Trevor Bauer. It'll be Diego Castillo getting loose in the bullpen. Bunt in front of home plate. Murphy will throw to first. Tough play. Bauer's on Bauer violence. Runner at second for Louis Brinson. High drive deep to right. Santana tracks it down to end the top of the 5th. Rodriguez, pitcher spot, back to the top of the order. Pinch hitter here is Grady Sizemore. Up against Trevor Bauer. Cutter Crawford's day is done. 5 innings of shutout ball. As Sizemore grounds out. DJ to deep center field. That's over the head of Jennings. DJ now with 6 total bases. Yes, that is Dante Jr. I just renamed him. Jake Bauers deep to right field. That one will hang up long enough. Josh Bell makes the grab. Diego Castillo checks into the game as the new pitcher. Double switch here as Edson Garcia checks in as the new second baseman, moving Gosuke Kato to first. Hans Crew is out. Diego has not allowed an earned run yet this season. And he strikes out Willie Calhoun. Umpires are calling a rain delay here. Half an hour. It's 9:30 now, local time. Lined right to the first baseman, Kato. Easy play there. Arenado back to the pitcher. Castillo pitches a 1-2-3 inning. Minus a half hour rain delay. Rockies lead 2-0. All right, let's take a look here. Let's go Swanson. Yeah, I don't want to tax Acosta and Barnes too much. We've been leaning on them kind of heavily. Brandon Nimmo shoots this to center field. That'll be his first hit of the day. That'll be the end of Trevor Bauer. David Soseby. David. Checking in. Strikes out Santana on a fastball. And Sean Murphy on a fastball. Bringing the heat here. Gosuke Kato line to left. Easy play for Brinson. That'll be the end of Diego Castillo's day. Eric Swanson in. Deal with Josh Bell, Ji-Man Choi, and Desmond Jennings.
Strike 3.
'Cause I'm Ji-Man Choi. Hit hard, but easy play there for Edson. Jennings, the 1-2 on the way to send us to stretch time. Heck of an appearance by Swanson.
Come on, let's hear it for the Colorado Rockies. Colorado Rockies, my home team. Keep right on rooting for the Rockies. We're really picking up some steam. Just clap your hands for the Colorado Rockies. Feel that excitement in the air. Stomp your feet while you're rocking with the Rockies. Just try and stop us if you dare. I got Rockies fever burning in my mind. There goes another home run down the line. I'll always love my Colorado Rockies. We gotta win ahead this time. Colorado Rockies, Colorado Rockies, Colorado going home. Colorado Rockies, Colorado Rockies, Colorado, that's my home.
Sergio Mora into the game for the A's. Bottom of the 7th. Rockies leading 2-0. Cutter Crawford, Diego Castillo, and Eric Swanson so far have only allowed 2 walks and 2 hits against this fearsome Athletics lineup. At least Rodriguez punches in with a single up the line, and fair just doinks it over. Edson Garcia, the switch hitter. This is popped up to center field. Desmond Jennings makes the grab for the second out. Bichette already has 2 extra base hits today. Here he will strike out. Swanson says he can go for a little bit extra. This is popped into center field. Charging in is Hurlis. Rodriguez makes the grab. Pinch hitter here is Yuli Gurriel. 0-2 on the way from Swanson. Dispatched. Oh, will sit down. Ervin Phillips getting loose. Shallow line drive to center field. That's picked up. Here's Willie Calhoun. No doubles defense, ignoring the runner. And he's walked. Evan Phillips in to deal with Yoan Moncada. Tying run is at first. Grounded to third. DJ across the diamond in time. Which means we're going to see Evan Phillips bat against Tristan McKenzie here. Phillips wants to stay in for the save, of course. That was awkward looking. That was not much better. Domingo pops this into center field. I don't get what's eating Santana, but he's just not been cooking that much for our club. Most of the time, people's OPSs go up when they hit Coors. Domingo's gone in the opposite direction. There's a fly ball to left center. Nimmo tracks it down. Good job closing the gap for the first out. Josh Bell, 2-2 on the way. Shot to short. Gio winds and fires on the money. Here's Ji-Man Choi. Phillips going to seal the deal on the 3-hitter. First pitch, up the middle. Gio. Ball game. Easy save for Evan Phillips. Cateau and Bichette doing all the scoring here. Crawford strikes out 8 over 5 innings. Swanson strikes out 3 over 1 2/3. And the Rockies pick up the series win, courtesy of a grand slam in the 7th by Brandon Nimmo. I don't think we've seen a game in Cincinnati in a while. All right, so we got Tim Tawa. Where's our... Do we have a DFA section? Oh, Edgar wants us to negotiate with him. There we go. Let's not do... Ooh, let's do a Marco start. Late comeback. Cato and Santana getting to Pedro Vasquez there. All right, Hairless has his first home run of the season. Attaboy. Cato batting second. Yes, please, and more. Tyler Chatwood up against Marco Gonzalez in our second game on stream here from Great American Ballpark. Interesting team here. We got Tommy Pham at first, Rengifo at second. Oh, Rengifo looks like he's got one hell of a bat. Andrelton Simmons, formerly of the Dodgers, now with the Reds. Ronald Acuna Jr. in left. I think he was Rookie of the Year last year. And Stone Garrett in center field. Tyler Chatwood, 31 years old. Oh, didn't notice he threw a screwball. Having a rough season. Trading zeros with Marco so far. First and second with nobody out. Marco G squares to bunt. Back towards the pitcher. I'll go for the sacrifice. DJ now. 0-2 on the way from Chatwood. Up the middle. That'll score a run on the sacrifice. Rengifo throws out Bichette. Cato, runner at third, 2 down. Rengifo again. A 2-run bomb by Jake Bowers makes it a 3-0 Colorado lead. And the hits keep coming, and they don't stop coming. Marco Gonzalez tries to get aboard. No such luck. Rengifo's been victimizing us so far this season, or this game. Marco, cruising in contrast. All right, 81 pitches through 6, and he's up to bat. Yeah, let's get someone loose. We'll go Swanson, O, Phillips. Oh, Guillermo's on a burner? All right, let's get him into the game. Marco Campoy into the game. And it's Rengifo again. That is skied. There's the raid in. Welcome in, Raiders, from the official Out of the Park Developments channel. We are here in Cincinnati at Great American Ballpark playing our second game of the stream session, the Flying Purple Baseball Beaters. That is a lot of snowflakes. I guess we'll keep Heredia on the bench. Yeah, we're just going to put Eric Swanson in. Marco Gonzalez gives us 6 shutout innings. Maybe not hard shift right on Kepler. Oh, fine. We'll keep it that way. Max Kepler, deep to right field on the track. Santana brings it in for the second out. Throw to third. Is on the money. Domingo Santana. Squeeze me. And thank you for the follow, whoever that was. Wow. History Rebel, thank you. All right, let's go to O for the 8th. Let's not stress Swanson too much. Chris Sale out of the Reds bullpen. Acquired from the Dodgers in a salary dump, effectively. A few years ago, he was absolutely lights out. I don't know what changed, but he's been mortal. He's here in a non-save situation. Phillips getting loose to pick up the save for the Rocks. Let's see how this goes. Sean Murphy belted high and deep, and never mind. This is no longer a save situation. Phillips, you may sit down. We'll just let O go for a second inning. We need to, we'll get Castillo loose. Keep our powder dry.
Strike three.
Oh, almost works the walk for the second out of the inning.
Strike three.
Chris Sale strikes out the side minus the home run. And O finishes the save, his first of the season, to complete the three-hitter shutout. The Stone Buddha was excellent for us. He looks like he alternates good year, bad year, good year, bad year. Lights out last season, but I think we're going to have to let him walk after this year. Going for the sweep. No. We're going to welcome Milwaukee to town. Sweep the Padres, including a walk-off win in the 10th. Hey, Doc! Alright, we're starting to put some ground between us and the wild card race. Still not catching the Giants. Let's keep an eye on... Alright, we got Durbin. We got Henry Davis. We got Edgar Cuero. Vic, good to see you as well. So taking a look at who's on the... That's not a pitcher. No, that's not much of a fielder either. Shogo Akiyama. Looks like he did not get drafted. Still playing in Japan, by the way. Gordy Dougie. Good Canadian kid. What was I looking for? Right, trading block. Our biggest issue remains first base. So either we acquire the Panda, make him our first baseman. But does he really perform over Jake Bowers? Bowers does have the better eye and equivalent power. He doesn't strike out as often. And then there's just Dingers Martinez, who really should not be a first baseman at all. We are getting the DH back, though, next season. Meyer out for 5 to 6 weeks. Ooh. That's less than ideal. Alright, so that means we're going to call up... Is it going to be Isan? I think it's going to be Isan Diaz. Edson's going to join the lineup. He's been batting pretty well. All right, let's do this one. John Means versus Brandon Woodruff at home against the Brew Crew. Sizemore in left. Must be a Nimmo rest day. Ditto for Santana. Bichette's off. Cateau's off. Oh, man. bench game. And Yandy Diaz sends a Means offering into the Denver sky to make it 1-0 Brew Crew. We're getting a preview of Pablo Sandoval if we want to acquire him. Here's Brandon Woodruff. Another home run. This one from Andre Jackson. John Means having a bit of an ish. I think what we need to do is just get John to pitch around more. Trust your stuff, John. A solo shot by Grady Sizemore. Attaboy. Welcome back. Out of his 10 hits, 3 have gone over the fence. He misses the DH, and unfortunately, he signed for another year. Edson standing at third for Bowers. That's popped up on the infield. That's not going to fool anyone. A solo shot by Isan Diaz makes it a tie game. All right, Isan might be working his way into our lineup at this point. I like what I see. Maybe he plays over Edson? No, Edson's got the better range. Wow. Isan Diaz. Hurley, that curveball was highway speed. How could you miss it? 6 Ks for John Means. Through 5 innings, I'll take that. Let's go with Diego, and let's get a bench bat in. Actually, we should probably go with someone who pinch hits but doesn't play the rest of the game. Nemo. Woodruff, 96 on the radar gun. Ooh. Opitz, little dribbler back to the mound. Woodruff thinks about it. Yandy receives. Garcia watches strike 3 sail past. Diego Castillo checks in as the new pitcher. Puts up a scoreless inning. Oh, they just stacked all righties. Let's go to O. Sean Murphy with a RBI. And it's 3-2 Rockies. Andrew Vasquez out of the brew pen. Diego's good, but he's only good for like 1 inning at a time. O gives us a scoreless inning, and he says he can give us a second. Let's do it. Get Phillips loose. Come on, O. Ooh! 4 Ks. Yeah, we're not going to risk the biscuit. Let's get Phillips in for a 4-out save. Wild pitch right off the mask. That's less than ideal. Come on, go after him. Got him! Edwin Tellez out of the brew pen to deal with 2-3-4 here. And another home run by Jake Bowers. All right, Jakey is turning it around. Thank goodness. Maybe we don't do a trade after all? Maybe the improvement was there the whole time? Phillips asked for length here. Chris Davis, 17 home runs. Shot up the middle. Cato, or Diaz to Edson on to first. Double play. Rockies take this one 5-2. On a bench day. I mean, we're playing well. We're still not catching the Giants. Hollywood Tie, thank you. And happy Canada Day to you as well. I'm Canadian, dude. The 4th does nothing for me. I mean, I still took it off because my client is in the States, but... Uh-oh, I don't like that Domingo's injured. Minnesota lost Ohtani again. Speaking of players I covet, I've said as soon as he's available, I want Shohei. And JD does not want to get traded. He 10-5s it. On the road in Seattle. Let's see if we can get a... Do we want a Marco start? Nah, let's not do the Seattle series. Bone edema in his wrist. Heredia and Bowers with home runs against Chase and Shreve. Marco G leads the way. So with Domingo out, do we call up Moises Gomez? Oh, hey! The minors are finally playing. Awesome. Let's teach Taylor Walls how to do second base. I think we're going to call up Trent Grisham. So Guillermo takes over in right field for the injured Domingo. Trent G, supposed to be one of our top prospects going forward, probably takes over in right field, or Nimmo moves over there at the end of the season. Big series coming up against Pittsburgh. They are the second wildcard team, and so they're who we'd have to beat in a hypothetical postseason matchup. Okay, I don't get this. We're 14-10 in June. What are the Giants? 19-4. Hicks has gone off. Harper is dominant. And they got a lights-out closer in Carson Fulmer. Hector Neris they added from us. Looks like Neris is starting to turn his season around. Not space. This is an alternate universe that started when I took over the Rockies for the expansion draft, so a lot is different. Do we go with McKinney or do we go with Clay? He may not have pitched in 2021. Let's take a look at the real life stats. Yeah, he did. One game. Got blown out. Here he's doing pretty well for us. All right, so who are we taking from the minors? Is it Clay? J-Law? Minter? All right, we're going with McKinney. Get some extra length in the bullpen. trust O. Aw, Diego gave up his first run of the season. Aw. Chafin up against Luke Weaver. We're gaining some cushion on the Pirates.
Maybe we should go to another planet because Earth is kind of, strange. I'd like to
Maxwell Leone.
Venus, maybe.
Interesting option. Let's get into our next play-out game. I want to see an Andrew Chafin start, and this one against Pittsburgh seems like a good option. Alejo Lopez, Javi Baez. Looks like it might be a bench day for the Pirates. Remember, this team swept us in the NLDS last year, and I'm still kind of salty about it. Grisham getting the start in left. Or at least Rodriguez gets the day off, so Nimmo's in center field. Chafin, pending free agent. 3-pitch mix. This is his best season so far in purple pinstripes. Austin Boosfield picks up the RBI and stands at second. Good block by Murphy. 1-2 on the way to Bo Way. Love the name. Kurt Suzuki. 1-2 on the way from Chafin.
Strike three.
Six Ks for Andrew. He's pitching a gem so far. First and second, nobody out for Jackie Bradley Jr. Lefty on lefty matchup here. Hit to third. That's past Dante Bichette Jr. and into left. Oof. Had we not shifted, I bet you that would have been in a double play. Boasfield. Corners are in to guard against any shenaniganry. Bases loaded, nobody out. That'll get Ian McKinney loose in the bullpen. Boway doinks it into right field. This inning is coming undone for Andrew Chafin and the Rocks. And you're going, oh, this is how they beat us. Sean Murphy steals or catches a runner stealing for the first out. That's hit sharply on the ground. Cateau. Oh, Thicket Cat, thank you for the follow. All right, let's get McKinney in there. Luke Weaver is cruising. Oop. Let's see what DJ does here. Dang. Boasfield makes the grab. And Murphy strikes out. Riding McKinney like a rented mule here. I'm going to go with O for 8th and 9th if we need it. All right, McKinney gives us, what, 4 shutout innings? I'll take it. Pinch it in Grady. Who goes yard? Oh, Bowers went yardo. All right, I'll take that. We're on the board at least. O enters the game as the new pitcher. Straight up the middle. Edson can't get to that one. Injury bug is costing us a little bit. Let's just sim out the rest of the game. Yeah, we lost that one. Close, though. Four games up on the Pirates, 5 up on the Brewers, 8 back of the Giants. Oh, man. Ah, jeez. It's going to be a tough go. Crawford with a stuff up. All right. Burke with an improvement. Bowers with an improvement. Patino with an improvement. I want to see Stott make some starts at second. Chafin wants an extension. I don't think we have the money for that, amigo. Yeah, we got way too much money because Marco Gonzalez is getting a pay increase, as is Almora. Maybe we ARB decline means? I don't know. ARB decline O or Heredia. At least team chemistry's good. Heck yes, Brock Burke. Team trainer coming available. I think we're going to look for someone else. I think we're going to let him walk. We at least have prospects in the top 100. Hello, Moises Gomez. Nowhere near the Red Sox with Tovar and Franco and Witt Jr. An embarrassment of riches in the system for the Sox. And they got Bibby. Top prospect in all of baseball is Gunnar Henderson. Alright, we got a 4-game series against St. Louis. Castillo out for 4 days. Oh, he's not even on the major roster. Change to win now. No kidding! I've been trying, dude. Yeah, I think Bowers we're still going to try and find an upgrade from. All right, more players on the trading block. Nobody particularly good. Let's take a look at upcoming free agents. Is Goldschmidt available? No, he 10-5s it. Dang it. Old man Prince Fielder. Can still hit the piss out of the baseball. No, he needs to finish his career with Baltimore. Yeah, he 10-5s out of the deal. Who is this guy? Chiang Xiaoqing from Taiwan. Wow. You got the Edwin Diaz juice. Gotta love guys who just come out of nowhere. Or who you don't expect to be that good. Tom Bryce, the Thunder from Down Under. DHing for the Blue Jays. Would he be up for a reunion? No, he can't play first. Dang. I'm looking for someone who at least can play first. Let's look. Player list. Filter out the jerks and look at first base. Harper is probably not going to be moved. Moncada's friggin' ridiculous, but I can't imagine that he's going to be available for a deal. Not even with Oakland way deep in the red. Winker's not budging. Bo Bichette. Nope. Marcus Semien already locked up to a long-term deal. Good for Kansas City. Jorge Soler should not be a first baseman, and Philly's already got him locked up. Kyle Tucker already locked up long-term. Woodruff is a two-way dude, technically. Story's towards the end of his multi-year deal. Can't pry him away from Atlanta. Kingery seems fun. Miami doesn't want to do the deal. There's our old friend Jonah Arenado. Looks like he's turning in a decent defensive season. "27-year-old Matt Chapman. Disgruntled. Could take over at third. Marlins are willing to make a move. Do we sell on Isan Diaz? To get Matt Chapman and move DJ over to first? Or train Chapman over at first? Actually, hang on a sec. Is Chapman really that much better than Bowers? Not really. All right, that's a no from me. If I want to trade for someone, I want to trade for someone who will actually like move the needle. Gallo got money. LaHare got a buttload of money to come to Texas, so I can't imagine he's going to be moving. See, I thought first base was going to be one of the easy positions to fill. Turns out, not so much. Jose Abreu was a free agent signing, so he's locked up. Alonso in the Rays system is wasted. Yeah, the Rays have Abreu, Alonso, Rendon, Winker. Oh, Rendon is a pending free agent. Having a good season. Are the Rays even in a position to make deals? Take a look at the standings. Rays are leading the division. Okay, so they're not selling. Haha, right. Giants have won 10 in a row. Ay, ay, ay. Someone get Ezra Denny. Okay. Red Sox, who do you have at first base? Renato Nunez. Okay, that could be a trade candidate. White Sox are running Todd Frazier. They signed him to a free agent deal. That was a dumb move. They just called up... Oh, they just traded for Pavin Smith. Angels. Hi, Claudio. He's still inching his way towards the top overall career home run record. Ken Griffey Jr. is only a season or two ahead of him. Arias might do it. Vicieto's got way too much money in that deal. Do we go get Captain Cavan? That's not no. But again, is that much better than Jake Bauers? I don't think so. Phillies. They've got Soler locked up. They got Adames. Our old friend Pedro. Their offense is still crud despite all this. That is a very top-heavy financial situation. And they spent $15 million on a bench bat in Bianucci. The Nooch. All right, the Cubbies are running Chad Pinder at first. And then there's the Diamondbacks who are running Jeremy Pena, who really should not be a first baseman, but kind of blocked elsewhere. All right, let's get to the All-Star break. Maybe there's some alternatives out there. All right, Barnes is healthy again. Awesome. Let's send down Kopech. Last game before the All-Star break. And it's a sweep of San Diego on the road to finish going into the break at a 5-year win streak, or 5-game win streak. Okay. I like this. Bauer's tying for the team lead in home runs. He's figuring it out. DJ having a rough go. I think we may have lost the trade for Arenado. I don't know. Edson holding down shortstop pretty well until Gio's healthy again. Kato still doing well, although running out of steam a little bit. I think we're gonna... Let's check the splits. Is it just that Kato's run out of steam? Okay, he had a rough June, but it looks like July's back to normal. Isan as our bench surprise bat, I think, is still a positive thing. Let's see who our all-stars are. Any familiar faces in the other league? DeGrom made it. Good for him. Abreu, Laher, Muncy, Nunez, and Otani. E. Brown, thank you for the follow. And Winker. You know, you're allowed to have other positions. They kind of forgot to include a shortstop. What a name. Marco Gonzalez named to an all-star team for his 5th straight season. Marco G, for sure. Diego gets a nod. Atta boy. Embarrassment of riches in the bullpen with Emilio Pagan, Alex Rodriguez, and Chris Sale. Yeah, Kingery for the Marlins has turned into something special for them. And Almora gets the start but is injured. That's it? Grichuk made it? I mean, yes, he's something of a putz, but... Alright. Alex White for Opitz and Grisham. Oh, Brian LaHare wins it for the home team in the 2021 Home Run Challenge. That's awesome. Brian closing in on 600 career home runs. Forever will be the one that got away for us. I'm up for trading Opitz. But I'm not going to give up Grisham. Max LP, thank you for the resub, my dude. That's right, folks. If you subscribe to my channel, you too can be the beneficiary of my custom uniform workshop. Use it for your perfect team. Use it for your franchise mode. It's my way of saying thanks for being a supporter of the channel. I could be convinced to move Guillermo. But I wouldn't want White. Actually, let's rewind this whole conversation. Gallo's got money already banked. Here's Sir Didi. Looks like he's... Man, Baltimore's spending money like crazy. Got a lot of those pre-arb lockups. So that's not no on Joey Gallo. The budget pain comes later. Now I don't see. Well, let's get Opitz on the trading block at least. White hasn't been that good. I mean, he's avoided injury. He's a pending free agent. We'd only really benefit if we threw in like a John Means, who's been having a rough go. All right. Let's free up some cash here. Will they throw in Gallo? Crawford, Nimmo, or Burke? No. No, no, no. All right, eat some money on the White deal, and then we'll pull this trigger. Alex White joins the rotation, replacing John Means. So much for the four left arms of doom. Yay, he's figured out second base. Right on. So that way when Meyer comes back, he slides right in. Taylor Walls, welcome to the roster. He made it. Justin Bohr for O and Grisham. Now, why would I do that if for someone who's worse than Jake Bowers? (17-4), we clown on the Dodgers. Jake Bowers with a home run hat trick. I think he wants to keep his job. Okay. Nimmo out with a forearm strain. See, this is why I want to fire our, what's the word? Our trainer. So let's call up Tsugo. We haven't seen a Brock Burke start yet. Let's do that. Grady Sizemore starting in left. Old man looking to add to his career totals. Runners at the corners, 2 down for Stuart Fairchild. Strikeout victim. Taijuan Walker for the Dodgers. 6-pitch mix. Free agent acquisition. Hefty contract. Clearly, Dodgers are thinking, let's re-up for next year. Solid contributor to Miami and Toronto. Second and third. Murphy grounds it to short. Bogarts ends the bottom of the first. Xander Bogaerts, 12th home run of the season, makes it 1-0 Dodgers. It's close. Let's get Diego up. Rather pitch to Mookie than Xander. Bouncer up the middle, going to be a close play! Nice work by Kato. Yeah, Grady Sizemore is not exactly old man speed. Diego Castillo gives us a clean sheet inning. Isan Diaz. Pinch hitter here. And we'll collect a single. Something special about this guy. 3 home runs on the season already. And he's gunned down by Carlos Martinez. Oof. That would have been a double play anyway. All right. Bunch of defensive changes coming here. Swanson will come into the game batting 6th. Isan Diaz to short. Edson to left. Did not realize Edson had that much better of an arm. Swanson gets us through to stretch time. Taiwan Walker still in this game. It'll be Alfredo Acosta getting loose. The bullpen for the 8th. Walker still hasn't allowed a run. Acosta gives up another home run to Bogarts. Ay, ay, ay. Let's go with McKinney for the 9th, unless we take the lead. Okay, Garcia standing at 2nd. Cato. Hit and run. Yes, it worked! Did that just tie the game up? Attaboy, Edson! No, right. Not tying run. Gosuke. Go steal a base. Oop, or not. Isan. Swing and a miss. Rodriguez. That could be 2. Nope, it'll just be a sacrifice. Profar to Betts. Heredia with a runner at 2nd. Guillermo. Phillips into the game. And in a non-save situation, of course, he gives up a leadoff double. Back to the mound. Oh, Phillips, what a play. Walker to 3rd. Runner holds. Bichette's throw is on the money. Pinch hitter is Corey Dickerson. Fly ball to center. Herlis sends us to walk-off territory. Rockies down by 1. And it'll be Felipe Vasquez on the mound. Finally taking over the closer role after the acquisition of Sale. Bichette, Bowers, Murphy. Bottom of the 9th. No pressure, kid. You're just taking over in a pinch hitter situation. Taylor Walls. On the ground, that will be a double play. Oof. All right, we lose that one by 1. That's a tough one to take. Nimmo and Santana will be back soon. And Gio. Let's give them a rehab stint just so we don't rush them back. Team's working pretty well as is. Alex White picks up his first win as a Colorado Rocky, giving up 3 earned runs over 5 innings. It has been kind of comedic to see Jake Bauers just absolutely flick on the power switch in July. Now we're going into the deadline with a slightly different approach, I think. Can we not lose a series to the Dodgers at their place, please? We got swept by the Dodgers at their place. Old man Adolfo Pierre, Max Schumann. Okay, that's not nothing. And Cole Sands for Herlis Rodriguez. You're that desperate for a center fielder? Who else could you offer us? Not Anderson, you locked him up long term. How about a Mountcastle? Yeah, I do not need another go with Adolfo Pierre. Only I never had him, but bullpen is not an issue for us. Yeah, then if you don't like that deal, I got nothing to say to you. Yeah, we're not going to do this trade with the Pirates. Angered Unicorn, thank you for the follow. Angel Stadium of Anaheim, the host for our next game. Only 17,000 people in attendance. Oof, must be a rest go. Excuse me one moment. So, no sign of Claudio Arias. I wonder if he's injured. Taylor Wall's DHing today. Trent Grisham playing left field. Good to see that he's starting to work his way into the lineup. Viciedo would be a nice get, but not for next year at 28 million. Ay, ay, ay. Kelly, fly ball to right. Heredia tracks it down. Sanchez now. Reginato. 2-0. Or 2 out. White with a K. Through 2, Rockies and Angels tied at nils. Never mind. That would be Adolis Garcia going yardo for his 20th of the season. Viciedo stands at second. David Gonzalez, the second baseman. Right into the shift, Cato. Or Diaz, rather. And it's money. Where is Cato? Is he injured? Ah, he's injured. Great. All right, Alex White hanging on for dear life, waiting for the cavalry to show up. Hello, Taylor. Edson! And we're sending Taylor. Good send. Tie game. Isan Diaz straight up the middle. Leading by example. Attaboy Isan. Grisham. Ground out. The Rockies have tied it. Halfway home. Okay, 60 pitches through 5. Let's get... I don't want to, like, rush or run out of pitchable arms. Let's go with O here. Wild pitch. Sanchez can't corral it. Bases loaded. 1 out for Sean Murphy. Strikeout victim. Great. John Lamb into the game to deal with Taylor Waltz, who will flip around and bat from the right side. Waltz cracked to center field. Playable. Richmond makes the grab. You know what? Let's see if White can give us a... Nope. Carson Kelly goes Yardo. Yeah, let's get O into the game now. Two, 1. Runners at first and second, nobody out. For Daniel Sanchez. Slapped into center field. Hey, Stroker Ace, good to see you. Did we get the out at home? Hold on. Schneemann to center, or Sanchez to center, and Herrlice's throw. Cut off on the money. Let's get those corners in up against Reginato here. That didn't help matters. What part of pitch around didn't you understand? Oh, can you not, please? All right, let's get McKinney up. Cardinal fan, I always appreciate your suggestions. There we go. Let's get McKinney in to mop this one up. Yeah, let's just play out the rest of this one. All right, well, at least we didn't get double swept out of LA, you know? Josh Fields. I mean, his peripherals are pretty good. He's underperforming his control rating. I wouldn't use him as a starter, though. I'd put him in the bullpen and just ride him. For Garcia and Grisham, though, that's a no. Mets want Bohr for Heredia. Didn't I already tell you no? Cateau out with a sprained ankle. So Isan Diaz will get a chance to play this one out. Who comes up then? Aramis Ademan? Yeah, let's give him a shot. Let Santana finish resting up. Continuing the California swing. 1 game loss to the San Diego Padres, or 1 run loss. Oof. Barnes gave up a home run to a Seth Brown. Cateau, sprained ankle. Blue Jays offer Fields for Heredia and Grisham. Didn't I already tell you no? Bohr for Herrleis and Eli Morgan. That's a no. White Sox want to send us Maxwell Leon. No. How about you give me a trade deal that doesn't stink? McKinney out with shoulder inflammation, gone 4 to 5 months. Great. So we'll call up J-Law, Clay. Who are we thinking? Not Clay. Not Kopech. I think it's going to be J-Law. Oh no, and Crawford's injured too. Oh, everything is just coming apart here. Let's go get another starting pitcher then. Jace Peterson available. Oh, his bat has completely disappeared. Do we go out and get Justin Nicolino again? 0-8 record. No. Jungho Gong. Pass. Old man Jake Woods. Alright, tempted by Daniel Sanchez if we want to swap him for Yermin. Vasquez is available. Okay, who do the Dodgers want? Diaz, Meyer, Domingo, or Burke? That's a no. All right, who do the for Pablo? Now I see like Diaz as the future of this team's middle infield. Like, he's probably our next shortstop or second base after Gio leaves. Burke for Yandy Diaz. Yeah, that's a no from me. Edwin Tellez. No. There's Lee Mendricks, Trey McNutt, who's been on the trading block for like most of this season. Daniel Hernandez, Kenneth Toves. Okay, there's a couple of offers. Maybe I listened to the offer for Josh Fields again? Do we really need another closer? We got Evan Phillips. Unless we move Phillips into the rotation, but even then, I see him much more valuable out of the bullpen. We don't know how long Cutter Crawford is going to be out for. That's the risk. Okay, Fields. Worst case scenario, we put Fields in the bullpen, and that fixes a few issues. All right, who can we give up, though? Ricardo Sanchez doesn't feel like he's going anywhere. Kopech. I'd rather have Kopech than Ricardo. Or do we move Moises Gomez because he's blocked at every single infield position? Had a great season down in DE. But if we're going to move Moises, I'd want it to be for quality. What about Ataman? Yeah, I think we're going to just swap Ataman for Josh Fields. Okay, well, what about adding Rhys Hoskins? Ataman and Ricardo Sanchez for Josh Fields and Big Rhys. Keep in mind, we got the DH coming next season. Hoskins already has 17 home runs on the season. I think we got a winner of a deal here. Boom. So with that move, we can probably send Tsutsugo down. Rhys Hoskins. And we've got him for length 2. I like it. Well, that fixes our first baseman issue. And with Fields joining the rotation, or bullpen, depending on how long Cutter Crawford's out. Is there anyone else that really calls to us? I'd kind of like Kenneth Toves. Old friend Taylor Hill. Adley Rutschman heading to the Cubbies. That's an interesting move. I mean, neither pitcher for the Phillies is doing particularly well. And I do like all of the rate stats over on Toves better than Hernandez. And he's another lefty. I'll take just about anyone. Luis Curbelo. Wow, okay. I had this guy hiding out in my minor leagues? Yeah, we'll keep him. I want Tsutsugo to succeed more than I want him on my club. So we're gonna flip him for Toves. I'm gonna eat all the money. And just like that, we can probably call up someone. Is it time for Domingo Santana to make his return? For now, let's send Bowers down. And I feel bad about it because he had such a great bounce back down the stretch, but I gotta trust the numbers over the whole season, and Reese is the better option there. At least until we get a DH. And let's call up Domingo. Start Phillips as our closer. Send down J-Law. Call up Domingo. All right, I don't think there's anyone who really stands out as a must get. So we'll skip a few sims and we'll see if anyone else makes an offer. Starlin Castro. Grisham for Sherfy. Sherfy looks like a bit of a jerk. Jose Ramirez for Grisham and Bowers. So J-Ram is locked up. I just don't see where he plays on the team. Very tempting, but I'll pass. I'd much rather keep Grisham and Bowers. All right, that's the trade deadline. We'll see how long Crawford's out for. Torn rotator cuff. Ooh. Gone for a whole year. Come on back, Gio. Incredible as it is, Sizemore is now a positive win above replacement. With Nimmo still out. So the question is, do we want Isan or Edson? And I think the answer is we want Isan Diaz at second. Let's make sure Edson's still is available as a defensive sub. Oh, good. The Giants are on a losing streak now. Haha. Mets and Braves tied up with the Nats and the Pirates for the wild card. Well, the second wild card. We're kind of in first. Rhys Hoskins already has his first 2 home runs as a Colorado Rocky. On the road, too. I think Rhys is going to be our franchise first baseman at this point. Big fella. All right, we're coming up on 9 o'clock. I do want to queue up. Oh yeah, let's also make sure we are... he's already figured out to pitch around fewer times. Murphy's a pretty good framer anyway. I feel like this is a good spot to wrap up. I'm just glad that we were able to make some cash. We actually worked our way out of 20 million, out of a substantial gap. Got rid of some expensive ARB awards. Yeah, oof is right. Do we want to play this one out? Yeah, I want to get Chafin queued up for next game. So we'll play this one. Domingo Santingo back. AJ Puk on the bump for the Cubbies. Guillermo standing at second. Come on, Rhys. That'll work. Guillermo stands at third. Domingo back from injury. Rocketed to deep left center field. That's going to roll all the way to the wall. Domingo, he's back. Hoskins even has a little sprinks of speed. Sean Murphy laces this into the left field corner. Here comes Colorado. Pook getting ambushed here. Isan, slow roller to first. Easy play there for Pinder. Gio. Little looper into left. Good 2-strike approach by the shortstop. And it's 4-0 Colorado. Herlease, line to right. Ooh, Hurst makes the grab. Good start. I get the sense that Marco can stand that up. Rhys inside outs this one. Think big fella's gonna like playing in Coors? Rich Harden into the game out of the bullpen. AJ Puk gives them 2 innings. Blackman, fly ball to center. Herlease yoinks it. 2 down. Speaking of heroic efforts, Buster Posey playing wounded. Uh-oh. ...421 feet. That's the first run or hit of the game. And it leaves the ballpark. Marco's going to grind out another inning. Maybe another 2. Let's go to Swanson. Just one mistake pitch for Marco Gonzalez over 6 innings. Only allows 2 hits. Let's bring in a pinch hitter against the lefty. All right. Grisham. Worth a try. Cannot wait for rosters to expand. Bum bum. Eric Swanson gives us a scoreless inning. Do we ask him for 2? No, it is kind of close. Let's go with Barnes. Oh, hello, Domingo. Swanson struck out the side in his inning of work. We're going to hand things over to Barnes, who proceeds to make a bit of a mess. Get this guy. Nope. Phillips loosen the bullpen. Deep shift is on against Charlie Blackmon. Got him. Fantastic effort there by Barnes to work around the 2 walks. Phillips is in. Phillips slams the door. We win that one 5-3. So, do we want a Josh Fields start? No, I want Chafin. Or Burke. We'll go Brock Burke. Okay. A walk-off win courtesy of Grady Sizemore. DTID, RTIR. What a way to win it. So we're not going to catch the Giants, I don't think. It's a 3-way tie for the second spot between 3 National League West clubs, who are also all tied for the division lead. If we actually had proper seeding, we would be second in the NL. Rays looking pretty good. Tigers look like they're ready to repeat. Athletics look like they're going to be sealing up the AL West pretty soon. They've had an absolute tear. They picked up they've gone 18-6 in July. Reds looking comfortable. Giants hanging on. Bryce Harper, Aaron Hicks, Chris Bryant. That's one heck of a lineup. Looks like the pitching is starting to come around too. Runs against second. Meanwhile, we are runs against first. And runs scored 6 because we don't have anyone who hits home runs, but Rhys Hoskins is going to try his level best to fix that. Next game, Grady Sizemore back in the lineup against Garrett Cole. Oh dear. That's going to be fun. You'll see me next on Saturday with the Saturday Scouts Honkball Hoofdklasse 2027 home opener. And the Mob Your Bob giveaway returns. Yes, they're letting me do it again despite giving away 280 packs last time. Cough, cough. Fluffy Kitty Ninjas is up and running with the EMLB Division Series, games 3 and 4. We're going to go right into him. Next week, Wednesday, more Flying Purple Baseball Beaters. Time is precious, folks, and I'm grateful you've chosen to spend some of yours with me tonight. Firage, take us out. Let's finish the week strong, and I'll see you on Saturday.